Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
Good morning once again. It's 14 minutes after 11 o'clock, and we're going to talk technology. We're going to talk technology in a way that we don't often talk about. Today, we are highlighting the work of SMS, Software Studio. SMS, Software Studio, helping clients, including business leaders and government agencies, to navigate their digital transformation journeys. They develop tailored solutions, improving processes, boosting efficiency, and fostering innovation. They have been breaking barriers in the industry under the leadership of their CEO, Keith Smith. And Keith is a visually impaired man. We'll hear more about the work of SMS and the journey of Keith Smith. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning, Cliff. And just a little correction, I'm the general manager.
You're the
Software
general
Studio.
manager.
Dane Spencer is our group managing director.
Okay. Come forward,
Sure.
Keith. Good. And tell me, your journey is rather remarkable. You are visually impaired, as in
That's correct. That's since 2014.
2014,
Sure.
and you tell your story through what is called Vision Through Darkness.
Yes,
Enlightenment.
it's my book and it's my life story. I'm about 80% complete. My friends have been encouraging me for the last few years to write the story because I think at one stage I was completely written off and couldn't do anything for about 2 years.
Because of your blindness?
Because of my blindness. I lost my sight in both eyes, had emergency surgery through the benevolence of some great friends, and I've been able to recover limited sight in one eye.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I was in the dark. I became lost for about 2 years. Couldn't work. I sat at home most days listening to the radio, playing with voiceover services and trying to figure out, can I get back in this game? I've been and you knew me from before, Cliff. I've been a CEO leader in the technology industry all my life.
E-learning Jamaica.
That is correct.
Right.
And that was my first job after visual disability, and something I'm extremely grateful for because it showed me that I could still do this.
Mm-hmm.
But for a long time, I was lost because I was trying to recreate what I had.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to drive again. I was trying to be independent. I was trying to do the things before my disability.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to realize that that was a darkness that I was trapped in.
Mm.
I was trying to be what I was rather than embracing what I am.
Mm.
And it was sometime in 2018 late, I started to embrace what I am, which was a visually disabled Jamaican who had a long and illustrious track record in the technology industry. And that could still provide some use.
Mm-hmm.
And some people believed in me. I remember doing my first interview after disability. And despite telling them that I was disabled, when I got there, I was asked to do a PowerPoint presentation to develop it on the spot. That couldn't work.
Yeah.
So when I remember when the e-learning job was advertised and I applied, by this time I was bold. I decided that being disabled is not a problem. And I'm going to just admit it.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember calling Susan Kidd, the HR director, and I said to her, listen, I'm disabled. I'm visually disabled. For me to come to the interview, my wife would need to escort me. And she arranged that. My wife sat outside the interview room. It was a panel of 7, including 2 permanent secretaries. Should have been an hour. The interview lasted 2.5 hours.
Wow.
I told my wife after that if I didn't get that position, it's because of my blindness. Well, I was offered the job for something I was grateful for.
Oh.
Showed me I could do it again.
What year was this?
This was in 2019, just prior to COVID.
Yes.
And it just so happened, Cliff, and at that time, the services of e-learning became critical because the schools closed. And we needed devices.
Right.
And I was a person under the leadership of Faber Williams, the minister who led that process of getting devices in the country. Over 150,000 devices during that period.
Yeah.
And that gave me back my mojo. So when my contract with e-learning ended, Dane Spencer, the CEO for SMS, approached me. I said, Keith, I've got this software studio that I need to re-engineer and I need to grow. Are you interested? And I joined him. This January is my 3rd year as a general manager.
Yes.
And a lot of my clients, when they talk to me via the phone, They have no idea of my disability.
Yes.
Even yesterday, we had a meeting with some potential partners. And when the meeting was finished, they said, "You guys realize Keith is visually disabled?" Because people don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't operate as if I'm visually disabled.
Right. But in this rediscovery of which you speak, tell us about the role of what is being called assistive technologies and AI tools.
Oh, I believe in it, Cliff. And you know, you and I are from the same generation, right? We probably left school around the same time, 79, 80.
Yes.
This is not our technology.
No,
This
it's
is the
not.
youngsters.
Yes.
And people have been encouraging me for a little while to use it. About 4 months ago, despite me being in technology all my life, about 4 months ago, I embraced it.
Mm-hmm.
And Cliff, I am no, and this is the thing that I find amazing. I was
Yes.
telling a friend last night that currently in my career, I am the most productive I've ever been. And this is counting my pre-disability days.
Mm-hmm.
I use AI to generate proposals. This morning, because I know I had this interview,
Yes.
I had 2 proposals that I needed to do, one of which landed on my desk late last night. I woke up 3 o'clock this morning, and by 8 I was finished. Without the assistance of my secretary, my assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Then I send her the finished documents, and she polishes them up and sends them out.
Yeah.
AI has allowed me to rediscover my mojo.
Yeah.
And I'm actually thinking of doing a doctorate in the strategic use of AI to enable disabled people in the Caribbean.
Excellent.
Because the community in Jamaica and in the Caribbean, we don't really provide enough facilities for the disabled.
Mm-hmm.
I've started to realize that now, because as I've been on this journey.
Mm-hmm. But tell us, because it's not all rosy, I would imagine.
No.
In adapting to using and deploying AI.
Oh, it was tough.
Yeah.
And again, I hear people saying, "Well, AI makes people lazy and people can cheat." The thing is, you have to know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand your material. You're a veteran in the media industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know your material. I'm a veteran in the technology industry. I know my material.
Yeah.
So I use it to shape. For example, if I have a concept of a product,
Mm-hmm.
I can think, well, I want to create a product to automate business processes in a bank, and I want to use this technology. I can use AI to shape that proposal,
Mm-hmm.
do research, pull data together, and create a plan in a couple of hours. Before I started using it, I was working with my assistant, and I would have to describe everything word for word,
Mm-hmm.
and then allow her to produce a draft and then review the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And it would take us a week or 2 to create a document.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now doing it in 24 hours, Cliff.
Yeah.
It's like a genesis system. I'm a newborn child.
So tell me, the services that SMS Software Studio offers.
So we are the leading software house in Jamaica. Other people claim that stick, but we are. All of my team is Jamaican. All trained there from CMU, from UTech, from MICO. And what we do is create software solutions.
Mm-hmm.
We call them digital assets. We use things to digitally transform the operations of businesses. So companies have legacy systems, legacy processes, workflows that were 20 years old. Very difficult to invest in the technology to lift them. And what we would do is build containers around those products and solutions and allow you to automate your processes more, allow your customers to digitally engage with you more.
Mm-hmm.
We develop solutions under contract for customers, what we call custom software development.
Mm-hmm.
But we also provide software developers to customers. So if you're a customer, a client, and you're building a solution and you don't have enough resources, we'll augment your staff with our resources.
Mm.
And a lot of the leading financial institutions have used our services. I can't call their names because we did confidential work for them.
Right.
But we provide them with services.
Mm-hmm.
We also build solutions, and that's something that we're going to do a little bit more of. We build what we call software as a solution services. So we can, for example, if you needed a financial accounting system and you didn't want to invest in it, we could provide that on a managed service basis and customize it to meet your needs.
Oh.
And this has been done by all Jamaican staff.
Yeah.
Every one of my team members got their education in Jamaica, whether it's UTech, UA, CMU, MICO. We even have people straight out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And we do this. All of our solutions are built right here in Jamaica.
I hear one of your success stories is a tablet in schools.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I took it over when I joined e-learning in 2019. It was 3 years behind.
Uh-huh.
It should have delivered 19,000. It should have delivered 90 or 81,000 tablets in 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I delivered 150,000 in 2 years at about 40% of the budget that was planned.
Oh?
Yeah, and not one tablet went missing.
How were you able to do that?
Just organization, negotiations with the vendors. One of the things that the program struggled with is that they were trying to build, they put out some specifications for tablets which were custom made,
Mm-hmm.
and that the industry would have to go and create a mold and manufacture. And that is the highest cost you can pay for the device.
Mm.
So what I did, I went to the industry. I said, listen, what is it the most popular tablet in the world now? What are the specs? Let's assess these specs and see if they can meet the needs of the students. And if they can, then that's where our bids are going to be. And we're going to get the price down from over $300 a tablet, 310, and we actually went to market at $150 a tablet.
Wow.
And delivered all of them to the students in the middle of COVID.
Yeah. So AI is the new king. Yeah.
King and queen.
Yes, king and queen.
You know, you and I grew up in the encyclopedia age. It is
Yeah.
our encyclopedia, but it is far more intelligent.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It gives me a smile. I mean, my friends see me now and they say, Keith, why are you beaming that so much? Well, yeah, it's the love of my wife, Jackie. I know she's listening, and my family.
Yes.
But it's also AI. I can do things now, Cliff. I could do things that I struggled with for 5 to 7 years.
Mm-hmm. So, what finally would you give to those facing career challenges as you faced?
I live by my school motto. I'm sorry to bore you with this. Fortress career said there were non-protests. The brave may fall, but never yield. There's always a solution at the end if you open your mind to the challenges. I was locked up in darkness because I refused to accept I was disabled, and I tried to create an able life. It's when I accept the disability and decided that I can still make a difference at 59 years old, being disabled.
Finally, how can businesses, government agencies connect with the SMS Software Studio?
Via our website, smsja.net, or you can reach out to me, keith.smith@smsja.net.
Mm-hmm. Well, you are an inspiration.
Thank you, Cliff.
You are.
Thank you. And so are you. I listen to you daily, and I get vibrations from you. but I really, my inspiration is because I'm really enjoying this now, and I'm happy.
Very good. Very good. Keith Smith, the general manager of SMS Software Studio. Connect with them. Repeat how they reach you.
Keith.smith@smsja.net.
Okay.
Our website is just www.smsja.net.
Thank you, Keith. All the best.
Thank you, Cliff. Have a good day.